On what are you focusing during your training and fighting? Hi guys, today we're going to talk about on what we should focus in our Jeet Kune Do training and in fighting as well. So I find it very funny how many people that actually say they do Jeet Kune Do but they disagree with basic things Bruce set out for Jeet Kune Do, such as main targets and techniques that you would use for these main targets. And this is the subject of this video, in which we are going to talk about how important it is to focus on targets instead to focus on techniques that the opponent is going to do. What benefits do you actually have when you focus on the targets instead of techniques that the opponent is going to do? But the difference is when you focus on the targets, and the three main targets that Bruce set out for Jeet Kune Do, which you can see in this picture, are the knees, the groin and the eyes. These are the main targets that should be attacked as quickly as and early as possible in a fight or in confrontation, whatever. And that's also the way you would train these. For example, if you have seen the last video of ours where I did a short where you parry or block an opponent's arm and you punch in the arm. Instead of parrying or blocking and attacking biceps, you could go here and attack this main target. You could go here and attack this main target. You could go here and attack this main target, which is far more effective than going here and then from there punching and attacking the guy. Why would you waste this kind of movement? This doesn't make any sense, and that's the reason why Bruce thought that the directness and simplicity is so important, because by the time I'm doing this, I'm giving him actually time to attack further, because this is not going to stop him, even if it's painful. He can use his other arm. But if you finger jab the guy, or you kick his groin properly, or you kick through his knee, he's most likely not be able to continue his attack or his combination. So how do you focus on the main targets? What you can do as a beginner is just watching these targets and learn how to attack them. For the eyes, you will take fingers. For the groin, depending on the distance, you would kick. This could be a straight kick. This could be also a hook kick or a kick between, and also inverted kick. And for the knees, it's mostly side kick. Sometimes it's a hook kick with the heel, which can attack it. But most of the times it's a side kick, because side kick suits this kick the best. Also, you could kick the kneecap with a front kick if you have stable shoes. So this is also an opportunity which is far more direct than actually the side kick is. One way to do this is, for example, I like this exercise very much because it's a very good exercise to train visualizing the main targets and using the proper techniques for these targets. And this can be done in 360 or only from the front. I'm going to show you just a few examples so you know what we're talking about. In this case, the student is standing in on guard. This could be also in a natural stance, it doesn't really matter. And he's keeping his eyes closed, so he doesn't know where I am. And then I'm going to position myself somewhere in some kind of stance. And then I'm going to say go, and he's going to look at me and choose the most direct technique to the next target he can reach as fast as possible in this particular situation. So he doesn't have to go fast, but he does have to go as direct, as simple as possible. So let's see a few examples. Go, 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 go. So this is a very good exercise to visualize the main targets. You don't see anything, and then you open your eyes and you react as quickly as possible and attack the main targets. In some situations you could actually have used a finger jab and the groin kick because the distance is similar sometimes, or even side kick to the knee because this distance is similar to this distance. So sometimes it depends. You should practice all of them. And then you train these techniques on pads the way you would use it for real. For example, he's standing on guard again, and I do exactly the same. Sometimes I want the finger jab from him, I go here. Or groin kick, I hold it here. I hold it just right, the same height my groin would be. Or the side kick to the knee, then I would go here and hold the side kick to the knee. And the same thing you can do from moving or from neutral stance, from static like this. So, and this is the difference to the earlier things Bruce used to train, where you don't focus on the targets, but you focus on the attack of the opponent, and you want to block or deflect that attack and then attack the opponent. And that's why in Jeet Kune Do intercepting is so important, because it doesn't really matter what kind of attack the opponent wants to do. The intercepting works always the same. You intercept the guy before he actually launches his attack full. You start your attack the moment he starts to move, and you attack the targets. So you focus also here on the targets instead of the technique he's going to do. And to show you an example from here, it doesn't really matter what I want to do. If he wants to intercept, he can intercept my movement instead of my technique and focus on the targets he's going to attack. I'm going to try to attack 3 times, and I'm not going to tell him what I'm going to do. And he's just going to intercept me, and despite he doesn't know what the technique I'm going to do. So the first time I wanted to punch him, the second time I wanted to kick him, the third time I wanted to close in to grab him. And he had to do all the 3 times the same, just to wait for the weight shift and side kick the knee. So he concentrated on the target instead of concentrating, what is this guy going to do? Is he going to punch me? Is he going to kick me? If he punches me, I have to do this, I have to do this. If he kicks me, I have to do this or this. If he grabs me, I have to grapple the guy. Instead of concentrating on the styles of the opponent, or maybe what kind of technique he's doing, you just concentrate on the targets and attack the targets. The intercepting works for all these techniques the same. If you don't intercept, you miss the point, you still concentrate on the targets. Instead of trying to use styles, you rather attack the targets from this position and from this situation as direct and as quickly as possible. And if you miss, then you move and you attack the next target. This can also be a secondary target, doesn't always have to be primary target, but it's called primary target because you would attack these primarily. Just to show you again, so 3 main targets, you can attack them different ways. Here, here, or here. If you're left side, you can go inverted. And eyes, you can attack here. But you can also, if you're in some other position, like let's say here, the guy is here and he wants to grab you, you can also attack here the eyes, okay? So it doesn't always have to be this kind of finger jabs. You can attack the eyes here, you can attack the eyes here. You can even, if you do like grappling and you want to go here and choke the guy in Jeet Kune Do, you wouldn't actually go here, you would go here and press the eyes. It's over. Because never forget, in a street fight, you're most likely not alone, so you don't have the time to do these all techniques that actually take longer time to end the fight than you could actually do. So that's why it's so important to focus on the targets instead of styles or techniques. But you also have to know what techniques to use to attack these targets, to punch, to kick, to finger jab, the side kick, the front kick, to hook kick, how to use these techniques, how are the mechanics of these techniques, the footwork, the timing, the broken rhythm, the distance, everything. So this is everything part of training. So never forget, what you see in one video, when I make one video, this is not the whole Jeet Kune Do, this is only a part, but this is a very, very important part in this video, focusing on targets instead of opponent's techniques. You don't have to chase his techniques, chase the targets, that's the difference. So guys, I hope this clarifies some things, and thanks for watching. See you next time.